All right, we are here in the Great Smoky Mountains in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We are getting ready to take a hike out here at Laurel Falls. It's typically a really busy trail when you're coming out here. We're here on a Sunday, so it's not as bad. Plus, we got here bright and early. I think it's about 8 o'clock for us. So I would recommend, based on what I've heard, to get here quite early. But we're gonna check it out and see if it's actually worth your time when you're down here in the Smoky Mountains visiting. From what I hear, it's pretty nice. So let's check it out. As I said, I thought we was getting here pretty early, but there's already people leaving. I guess we're not the early bird. I don't know how bad the incline is. Hopefully, I know the last hike we went on, it was fine until we got going back on the loop where we was going, and then it got a little ridiculous. Sure smells good. I don't think it's nature that I'm smelling. It was not nature. It was my wife. She had bug spray. So I was like, something smells good. This wilderness smells amazing. Now they did say that the area sometimes is popular for bears, black bears. But from what I hear, black bears are not that aggressive. And if you do see one, don't pretend to act dead, because they'll eat you. So if one comes, I'm gonna stand there and act big and tough and hope that it's a wimp and goes the other way. I don't know how well that picks up on camera, but it looks really cool. It does look like this place is well maintained. It almost looks so well maintained that it looks like we're walking into like a zoo, getting ready to go to a habitat. But so far, well maintained. Nice area. Of course, the Smoky Mountains, if you've never been there, is a really beautiful park and is typically well maintained. Definitely recommend coming out to the Smoky Mountains. It's a wonderful experience. So far, I guess what makes the trail pretty easy is that for the most part, it's pretty paved. Like I said, if you're a beginner hiker, definitely a good place to start somewhere like this, because it's not completely flat, but it's also not completely massively uphill and climbing up rocky areas. You do gotta sort of watch your step on this area. Some of the pathway is clearly deteriorating, which that was also, from what I read, the main reason they even put in this paved path was because of tourism was causing erosion inside the area, and therefore they had to pave it in order to preserve the area. Especially, I would say, the path is probably getting erosion from massive tourism. I seen a picture, I might even post it in this video, showing how many people can be here, especially on a weekend, typically. And from the looks of it, like, we're lucky right now because it's a Sunday, but typically this whole path could be like people to people. So, which means if you're coming here on the weekend, you probably need to account for more time on the trail than you would during a time like this. Sure, it's a beautiful day. We picked a great day to come out. The sun's shining. There's a bug on my nose. I mean, it couldn't get much better. Also, if you're wanting to get away from a little bit of the bustling going on, you know, like in Gatlinburg or in Pigeon Forge, then this is definitely a good place to stop and get that. I'd like to really check out so far. I'd like to really check out some of the other hikes they have in the area, the Smoky Mountains. I haven't been, this is actually my first hike in this area. So probably can't tell by looking at that, but we have went up quite a bit of elevation. So if you're somebody who don't like going up elevated areas, it might not be for you. But it's still, even with it being elevated, it's still paved, even though it's, as you can tell right here, it's really deteriorating, but still, it makes it a lot easier than if it was like gravels or something like that. But the elevation is pretty much you're wrapping yourself around a mountain. It's not been that hard, but it's a little bit humid out here. We do finally now have a little bit of scenery out here that you can see out into the mountains. For most of the time, the trail has been a little bit, like I said, repetitive. Like for the most part, it's been the same looking trees, same looking rocks, same looking logs. You know, I'm not trying to put down the trail or anything, but I'm just saying I've been on better. And if this was, you know, if you got here and it was really packed, so far, I haven't made it to the falls yet, but I would say I think I could do without waiting in a big line or hiking when there's tons of people. There was a warning sign back there that said keep close eye on your children because people have died falling off there. You can't tell by the camera, but it's pretty steep. It's pretty steep. Maybe I'll do like a zoom or something like that so you guys can maybe see it. Maybe the zoom will show. I don't know. We don't know. I'm trying to find. It's always the place where the best lighting is always on the place I don't want to hold the camera. Because like I'm wanting to show the scenery and it looks better that way, but the lighting looks better this way. Now we're getting to a little bit of scenery that actually looks a little bit more exciting, which means we're probably getting closer to Laurel Falls. I think it could be like literally right up here, I don't know. So we have finally made it to Laurel Falls. As you see right behind me. Looks pretty. Not really so far my favorite waterfall that we've seen, because most of the time when we go on these hikes we tend to see waterfalls, and not really that impressive, but still pretty at that. Anyway, and there was a thing telling us not to walk on the waterfall. I guess morons have climbed up there and then fell. It would be me anyway, because I don't climb on heights. I don't even want to get to this edge over here. Let's go check it out. Let's go check the edge out. Oh, dear Lord. Oh. It's honestly not even that high, but to me it's pretty high. But it looks nice. I'd assume maybe at certain points of the year, maybe it's got maybe more water coming down, I don't know. And it's also, it's not as bad as I've seen like on some of the pamphlets. Of course, this is a Sunday, so it's not really as bad as I've seen for how many people are here. It's not really that busy. But like I said, it's a Sunday, so a lot of people have work and stuff. I think it's time to take a picture. Not of me. All right, we have to put you to the corner. You might be upside down. I might leave that in the film. I might leave you upside down in the film. Why not? So after doing the trail, we're headed back. I thought I would give a little closure on how I thought about Laurel Falls and the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It was a nice trail. Like I said, if it's something when you're wanting to get away from all the bustle and stuff of the city, such as Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg area, if you're tired of doing the, you know, shopping and stuff like that, and you just want to get away, or you want to see the Smoky Mountains in a different light other than just driving around in it, it's a nice way to get out here and see it. The falls was pretty, but so far it's not really one of my high rated hikes that I've been on. So with that being said, if it's a dead day, such as like today's Sunday for us, if it's a slow day like that and it's not busy and you come out early, I'd recommend giving it a walk through. If you're in the area, you got a couple extra days and some hours to spend. It took about an hour or so to walk it. But as in, if it's a busy day, like if it's like a Friday or a Saturday or something like that, and it's just packed out the wazoo, I think you can skip on it. And you won't miss out too much. It's a pretty easy hike. Like I said, if you do have leg troubles and stuff like that, you might have a problem getting around because it is a lot of uphill, but nothing outrageous. Other than that, I'm gonna go on and check out more of the Great Smokies, see if we can get a few, okay, the lighting just went out. See if we can get a few more hikes or get something out here for the channel. I don't know for sure what we're gonna do, but we're gonna check around. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one.